Yeah, it's me. I know it's been a while, and you might have noticed I did not start this video with my signature, "What's good? It's your boy Twiz." And that's because what you're listening to right now, me speaking, this is not really the beginning of this video. He saw me, didn't he? Yeah, he did. You can't come in here. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh my God! That's what you're going. Oh God! Oh no! You can't come in here! I actually started this video over 2 hours ago. I've been watching content and trying to keep up with stuff from other Stadia content creators, just trying to get a feel for what's going on. And the more I watched and the more I started recording, it actually started changing my mood and changing my feelings on things. So I decided I'm gonna put this part, I'm gonna put the end of the video at the beginning of the video, and it will make more sense as we go on. And before I say anything else, I gotta get this out of the way. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yeah, I'm talking to you. What the fuck is wrong with you? You guys that are sending out hate and death threats to people because they don't agree with your fucking opinion? Why can't we all just get along and play games? Who cares? Behold, it's like a dream. Do it. You don't think I'll do it? Fuck you. All right, well, there you go. Because honestly, it's not that fucking serious, dude. Now, I have a message to the Stadia haters and the Stadia supporters. Haters, I'm gonna talk to you first. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and get your yucks in. Go ahead and hit the comment section and say all the negative stuff you gotta say. I am starting to feel like Stadia is somewhat of a failed experiment. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Say whatever you want about me. Send whatever hate you want my way. Say whatever insults you want, all right? At least I stood by what I believed. Unlike a lot of you motherfuckers that have to get on Reddit, you have to go look to the left and look to the right and see how everybody else feels before you can even form your own opinion, all right? So I stood by what I believed. If you want to hate me for that, go for it. I'd much rather you send the hate to me instead of at somebody else, because at least I can fucking take it. I'm used to it. Now, to my Stadia supporters. As you can see, man, it's not all good. I'm not completely dunking on Stadia. I'm not calling it absolute garbage. I'm not calling it absolute crap. But we have to admit, guys, it's not all good. I'm not saying you can't enjoy it. I'm not saying you can't like it. I'm not saying it's not good for you specifically, man. But you gotta admit, it's not what we thought it was gonna be. I'm not leaving Stadia behind, no more than I'm leaving Xbox behind, no more than I'm leaving my PC behind, or I'm leaving PlayStation behind. I still want to play games wherever the games are. But with that said, the games aren't really on Stadia. They're not. I will game with you on Stadia if I have the game for Stadia. If the game comes out day and date on that platform, hell, I might buy it on there, right? But I've never been a Stadia exclusive person anyway. I'm sorry if you had that misconception. I've always been more of a PC guy. And when Shadow PC was out, I loved Shadow PC. A lot of you may have noticed that I stopped streaming, I stopped gaming a while back. I stopped gaming not because of a fallout with Stadia. That's been going on since Stadia came out. There's been negative news about Stadia. There's nothing specific about Stadia that made me slow down my gaming. Literally, when Shadow PC went under, that's kind of when I stopped, because I really enjoyed my Shadow PC. I really enjoyed game streaming on that platform, just like I enjoyed it on Stadia. Fuck! Oh, okay, that's some range. What's up, bitch? What? Yeah, that's right. Sit your ass down. Did I teabag him? Check this out. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, get some of that. Wow, I was not expecting this video to be anything like this. This is completely off the rails on what I had planned. And speaking of the video, are you guys ready? Do you want to see what I was working on? Do you want to see what got me in this fucking mindset? All right, I'll have it on here in just a moment. But again, Stadia supporters, man, be open-minded, all right? This isn't me completely shitting on Stadia or dunking on Stadia. Be open-minded. This is us having a real discussion, a real talk, a real deep down look at what's going on. And Stadia haters, you guys are gonna do what you do anyway. Talk shit in the comment section, go for it. That's what it's there for. Let's go ahead and get this video started. Oh, what you doing over here, guy? Just minding your own business? You just chilling? Cooking yourself up a little something to eat? Yeah, I got something for you. Right in the anus. What's good? It's your boy Twiz. Yes, I am back. I know I've been gone for a while, but I promise you, I am back. And man, have things changed, dude. I haven't been keeping tabs on everything, but I have been taking a little peek here and there, and it's getting crazy out there, guys. I mean, look at this.
Hopefully the death threats don't come. Best thing is just ignore them.
Y'all getting death threats to this motherfucker? So I had to dig deeper. I had to see what this was in response to.
I've been avoiding making this video for a while, and it will likely destroy my channel. Honesty is always my #1 goal. So let's talk.
Oh man, that's my boy Brian, dude. He's cool as fuck. What the hell's going on?
We've made 418 positive videos about Google Stadia, and the moment we create one with constructive criticism, we get ostracized by members of the Stadia community.
Oh shit. No fucking wonder, dude. Fuck it, man. I gotta see the video. Let's go. Let's see what you're working with. You doing? Ooh, I like the way you got your ass puckered out for me.
Stadia has a problem.
There it is.
A problem.
Go ahead, Bryant. Do tell us, what is this problem?
Are you listening?
You know what? That might seem like a pretty harsh statement, so let me just reframe that real quick. When Google Stadia was first announced, I was one of those that was skeptical at first. The idea of streaming video games over the internet at the same quality as locally based hardware was honestly a hard concept for me to understand. But when I finally got my hands on Stadia and I was able to try out Destiny 2 and it felt just like I was playing on the PlayStation, I had a realization. This is going to change everything. When other platforms were touting teraflops, Stadia was delivering 0 installs, no waiting around for patches or updates, faster load times, 0 storage concerns, and the freedom to play your game on any screen that you wanted. While Sony and Microsoft debuted their next generation consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, Stadia was busy ushering in the next generation of gaming. And to go back to the beginning of this video and talk about the problem.
All right, we're gonna stop right here because this is something I really want to get involved in. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking this is when I'm gonna counter everything he's saying and try to rip him a new asshole, but I'm actually not going to. I really liked the way he started the video. He said how he felt before Stadia and how he felt after trying it. He felt like he could see the potential in the hardware. I have a very similar story, and I think at this point on, I'm gonna tell it from my point of view. Besides, me and Brian are fucking cool. Why the fuck would I come at him like that? Come on now. I'm gonna take it back, but I need to go back much further than Bryant did.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
Oh, the what now? We don't even need to start when Stadia first released or when it first got talked about. Need to go back to when I was a kid. You see, I am a millennial. I'm probably right on the line for as old as you can be to be a millennial. The thing that sets millennials apart from the generations before is that we were born and are used to technology and the internet and all this other stuff that goes with it. The younger millennials, they were born after this technology already transformed the world. They were born with tablets and cell phones and internet access. This is normal to them. We grew up while this technology was just starting, while it was just getting a foothold. We grew up when nobody believed in it, and we got to watch as it transformed. We got to watch as it made non-believers into believers. So many things that people thought would fail, so many things that people thought would die, ended up flourishing. And we got to watch this. This is why I'm so proud of when I was born. I feel lucky that I was able to witness this, because unlike my younger counterparts, they never lived in the same world that I did. They don't remember a world without cell phones. They don't remember a world without the internet. They don't remember a world when video games were hated. They don't remember a world when this stuff wasn't available.
But you know, I think about this, and what about this internet thing? Do you know anything about that?
Sure.
What the hell is that exactly?
Well, it's become a place where people are publishing information.
Right.
So everybody can have their own homepage. Companies are there. The latest information. It's wild what's going on. You can send electronic mail to people. It is the big new thing.
Yeah, but you know, it's easy to criticize something you don't fully understand, which is my position here.
Go ahead.
But I can remember A couple of months ago, there was like a big breakthrough announcement that on the internet or on some computer deal, they were going to broadcast a baseball game. You could listen to a baseball game on your computer. And I just thought to myself, does radio ring a bell? You know what I mean?
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
It's not a huge difference.
What is the difference?
But you can listen to the baseball game whenever you want.
All right.
Too.
Oh, I see. So it's stored in one of your memory deals,
Exactly.
and then you can come
That's
back
the
a year
RAM
later.
thing you talked about earlier.
Yeah. Do tape recorders ring a bell?
Now that was about the technology, but why do I like gaming? You see, when I was younger, I was a military brat. I never really got to make long-lasting friendships. By the time I got to know somebody long enough to actually be good friends, either they moved because their parents were in the military, or I moved because my parents were in the military. Because I never really had a lot of friends or opportunities to actually make hobbies. Gaming was my go-to hobby. Gaming was my escape, and you can call me a loser if you want to, but gaming in general was my friend. I know that doesn't sound like a big deal now, but you gotta think, back then, you used to be made fun of for playing video games. They used to call you a loser for playing video games. So yeah, I was a little bit socially awkward. But you know what? Even though the majority of people thought video games sucked or they were for losers, doesn't mean everybody did. There was always a handful of kids that liked games just as much as I did. We didn't have to have anything else in common. As long as we liked getting together and playing video games, that's all I needed. And that was the one constant that stayed with me from place to place. Everywhere I moved, I eventually ran into some more kids that played video games. Hell. So imagine my surprise when you fast forward 20 years and now gaming is the #1 entertainment medium. Are they running? Wait, maybe I didn't have to kill these guys. Yo, I'm sorry, man. You look like a bad guy. But I'm starting to think you're not really a bad guy. That means I'm probably the bad guy.
Games are now the single biggest form of entertainment on the planet, one that connects a vast community across geographies, cultures, and language.
Everyone plays games, and games makes more money than anything else. More than movies, more than TV, more than books. It's gaming. Something that I always believed in, even when nobody else did, or practically nobody else. Then you combine gaming with the internet, and now you can have friends from all over the world. I've even found some of my friends from when I was a kid, and I game with them through the magic of the internet. It's amazing. Yeah, the internet. Something else that people said would never go anywhere. Thinking back to when I was a kid, I'm just reminded of how quickly and wonderfully technology evolved. I remember going from dial-up to broadband, from black and white TVs to color, from pagers to cell phones, from 1080 to 4K. That's where we're at right now. Speaking of cell phones, we're literally walking around with computers in our pocket. Powerful fucking computers. But when I look at all the big leaps in technology and how it evolved and changed our lives, I don't feel like gaming has really evolved. Gaming has gotten more popular, yes, and I will say there was a pretty big step when internet connectivity became a thing. We could play online, but other than that, we're playing games pretty much the same way we've always been playing them. Imagine this. Remember how we used to watch TV? Remember how we used to have pay for cable and have set channels and have to watch TV at a certain time? And now that we have streaming, we can watch what we want whenever we want at the drop of a dime. That is a much bigger shift in technology than the way we play games. We play games now the way we've always played them, just with better graphics. So I decided to step it up and take advantage of this technology. This is why I started making YouTube videos. I love making videos and sharing them with the world, sharing my love of gaming with the world. I love hanging out on live streams, in my streams and in other people's streams. I love the live chat. It's like we're all hanging out on the couch playing video games together. I love that shit. But even though video games have become more popular and are more widespread than ever, there's still friction. Not everybody can afford a console. Not everybody can afford a good PC. Or people do have the right console, they don't have the same console as you. You both bought the same game, but you can't play together. I don't like this stuff. So when Google announced they were getting into game streaming, you better believe I was excited. A company this big, doing something of this magnitude, I thought this would change gaming forever. Imagine my excitement. Yo, those plants are alive. What? Oh! All right. Okay.
And within that passionate community, there is a universe of people who love playing games, and there's a universe of people who love watching games. Hundreds of millions of people watch gaming content every single day on YouTube. But those two worlds are mostly disconnected, fragmented, and often independent of each other. Our vision is to bring those worlds closer together, to connect game developers with players and YouTube creators in a way that only Google can, creating a richer and more vibrant gaming community for everyone to enjoy.
We learned that we could bring a AAA game to any device with a Chrome browser and an internet connection, using the best of Google to create a powerful game platform. And when we say best of Google, it always starts with our cloud and networking infrastructure. Our custom server hardware and data centers can bring more computing power to more people on planet Earth than anyone else.
You see, I know game streaming has been around. I know it's nothing new that Google invented, but look at how much power they have. Look at how many servers they have. If anybody can do it right, it's going to be them. I put my faith in this company.
So now we are focused on our next big effort, which is to build a game platform for everyone.
A game platform for everyone. So what you know about me and how I feel about gaming and getting people involved, of course I'm on board with this.
And when we say for everyone, we really mean it. It's one of our most cherished values as a company. Be it Android or Chrome or AI, we are dead serious about making technology accessible for everyone.
Again, this lines up perfectly with everything I've been saying. I love the evolution of technology. I love hanging out with people and playing games, and they're merging it together and they're making it accessible for everyone. This is what I've been dreaming of.
But if you think about games, there are a lot of barriers for users to play high-end games. Beautiful graphics really need high-end consoles or PCs, and games don't have instant access. Think about the way the web works. You can easily share a link, and it works seamlessly. We want games to feel that way too. Instantly enjoyable with access for everyone. I think we can change the game by bringing together the power and creativity of the entire community. People who love to play games, people who love to watch games, and people who love to build games. That means all of you.
At this point, it already sounds amazing. Like, wow. I can't believe they're actually doing it. Now that you understand me better and you understand how I think and why I like gaming and why I like live streaming and hanging out with people and playing games, I want you to watch this next clip. Imagine how I felt after I saw this.
From the beginning of time, games have brought us together. Players and spectators. By the handful, the hundreds and the thousands. We built stadiums, places to gather around every kind of spectacle. Glory, tragedy, pageantry, community, rivalry, and wonder. Until every city, town, and village had a place where anyone could play. Thousands of years in, our games have changed. But our need to come together remains. This new era of gaming needs a new place to gather. One place where anything you dream can be built. Playgrounds for every imagination. One place where you and everyone you know and everyone they know will all play together.
Let's go! Let's go, squad! Let's go! Yes! Get him! Boom!
One place that never stops evolving. Where everyone will play.
Where did he come from?
And watch.
Yes! High five! Right, bam!
And create.
Woo! Nice!
From any screen, at any time. One place for all the ways we play. This is Stadia. Gather round.
Now you understand my background and how I got into Stadia, also why I liked it so much. But this whole thing started with Bryant's video talking about the problem with Stadia. So I'm gonna let him get back to it.
One of the most apparent problems with Stadia is that the technology works. Google has proven that if you have sufficient internet, playing games on Stadia is awesome. In fact, if you were to ask any player who has experienced Stadia, I mean, when they go back to playing a game on a traditional locally based console, and you have to wait for like installs or updates, or you have to do the whole, oh, I gotta uninstall this game to play this one, the simple word is it sucks. And probably the biggest problem of Stadia working is that not enough developers are embracing it to truly make it the only console that you have to own. Because somewhere along the line, game announcements started to come and Stadia, for the most part, was ignored. Guardians of the Galaxy launched a cloud version of the game on Nintendo. Games like Dying Light 2, Kingdom Hearts, Elden Ring, Grid Legends, WWE 2K22, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, MLB The Show, and NBA 2K22 all were announced or released with no mention of Google Stadia. And honestly, the surprising part about that is most of those games were from developers who previously brought their games to Stadia. However, a key point to remember is that in the beginning, to make up for low player counts, Stadia paid large sums of money to help bring those games to the cloud gaming platform. And now that the money has dried up due to either deprioritization or just the closing of Stadia Games and Entertainment, those of us hoping to see the next WWE or NBA game, well, we're just out of luck. Because the sad fact is, without money, Stadia is just Stadia. And unfortunately, in this situation, a lot of Stadia's initial strategy is working against them. Take Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two. Stadia reportedly paid $10 million to bring Red Dead Redemption 2 to Stadia, which means even if the game doesn't establish a large player base, Google's initial payday justified the time invested. And you see, this is where it comes down to the cost versus benefit. Without Stadia fronting the bill, the cost to port a game to Stadia now rides on how many copies the game will sell. And sadly, this is kind of a situation where Google opened Pandora's box, because with a smaller player base, it might be hard to justify the initial cost of bringing your game to Stadia. And with Stadia no longer fronting the cost of porting, we end up in this weird hamster wheel of, will the game come to Stadia or will it not?
I'm gonna go right in the fucking balls. No, right in the fucking balls. There it is. Like he pointed out, Stadia works. It actually works pretty good. The real issue that it has is a lack of games. And I know what you're thinking, it's not all Stadia's fault, it's part of the third parties, they just don't want to bring games over. Stadia also doesn't want to pay them to port games over either. And I heard it said before that that's not sustainable. Stadia cannot keep paying them to port games over that almost nobody can buy because of the small player base. You know what? I do get it. I actually understand that. I even made that argument myself. But this is something you gotta think about right now. They're competing with Nintendo. They're competing with Microsoft. They're competing with Sony. Hell, they're even competing with Amazon right now. What are these guys doing that Stadia's not doing? They're not just paying for ports. They're buying studios completely. Do you understand that? And I don't want anybody to sit here and tell me that Google doesn't have the money for it. Google has almost as much money as Microsoft. Damn near close anyway. If they wanted to take the platform seriously, they would be buying studios. I want you to let this sink in for a second, right? Stadia's competitors are literally buying studios. Stadia is letting studios go. Gone. The studios that were on Stadia from day one and proud supporters, such as Bethesda with Doom, ZeniMax, Elder Scrolls Online, they are being bought and taken out from under Stadia, a platform that is already struggling to have games. What about Destiny? Oh, Sony just bought Destiny. Okay, hold on a second now. Google has the money. They have the money. Google needs games. They need the games more than everybody else. These games are already supporting your platform, and you're just letting your competitors buy them out from under you. I want you to think about how stupid that is. Seriously, guys, it's fucking stupid. And don't even get me started with Activision. How many times have you seen people say, but Stadia doesn't have Call of Duty? Call of Duty isn't on Stadia, so I don't want Stadia. Well, guess what? Microsoft, who just got done buying ZeniMax, looks like they're buying Activision. They're buying Activision Blizzard. If Activision Blizzard was for sale, That means Google could have bought them. Google could have had Call of Duty. They didn't. They didn't put up a bid for it. If ZeniMax was for sale, if they were willing to be bought, Google could have bought them. If Destiny was willing to be sold, Google could have bought them. Do you see a pattern here? Now, these deals weren't done completely in secret. No, they knew these deals were going on. They just didn't care. They didn't care. It's not just a lack of games for Stadia. It's lack of confidence in the platform. Brian admitted it works. We know it works. I know it works. You know it works. What is Stadia doing to ensure that it's going to be there in the future? What is Stadia doing to ensure that more games are coming out? It does not make sense that they are not buying studios. And I can already hear it. I know you're saying it's not cost effective for them to do it. They can't keep paying for ports. And it's not worth them buying the studios because the player base is so small that they're basically going to lose money. Yeah, I get that if you're only thinking with half your brain. What is Microsoft doing with the studios it's buying? They're still releasing them everywhere else. Hell, Microsoft is even taking their own exclusive and they're releasing them on Steam. This is probably stupid. This is probably stupid. Oh my god, what am I doing? Somebody died here. Oh no!
They want to sell them on the PlayStation console.
Oh, for sure.
Because guess what? That money that a Sony gamer, a Sony fanboy, a Sony hardcore, fuck Xbox, Xbox is the worst, PS5 is the best, that money that come out of their pocket is going to go right into the pocket of Xbox.
You do see that. There's nothing that would have stopped Google from buying ZeniMax, getting Doom, getting Elder Scrolls Online and all those other games, making sure that they're on Stadia, and also releasing them on Steam and Xbox and everywhere else, therefore recuperating some of that money. It will also ensure that Stadia will still get games and still get timely updates. Oh, did you hear the latest rumor? Rumor has it that Ubisoft wants to be bought out. And Ubisoft, what do you know? They're a strong supporter of Stadia. What do you think the odds are that Google/Stadia is going to buy Ubisoft? If you had to guess. Yeah, based off the current track record, probably Microsoft or Sony or somebody's gonna buy them. It isn't gonna be Google. And then what happens when Ubisoft's taken from Stadia? What happens when Ubisoft stops releasing games on Stadia?
Like right now, one of the largest publishing partners that Stadia has is Ubisoft. And there are already reports of them being bought out by a major company as well. So we could see Ubisoft be part of PlayStation or Ubisoft be part of Xbox and those games no longer being a part of Stadia. And if Google were to lose Ubisoft, I mean, my God, this platform would look drastically different.
Look, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt just as much as you do. In fact, I have, but we're 2 years in. They don't deserve it anymore. We see their playbook, we see what they're working with. If all your competitors are doing something and you're not, what does that tell you? How serious do they take their platform? Oh, the Stadia platform's there, and again, it works and it's fun for the games they have on it. But what faith do you really have in it? Yeah, oh, you have faith Stadia's gonna be there. Based off of what? Based off it existing? Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Microsoft exists. Sony exists, Nintendo exists, GeForce Now exists, Amazon Luna exists, all their competitors exist. Cool, they all exist. Now tell me, what is Google doing different than their competitors? What are they doing better? I can tell you what Microsoft's doing better. Oh yeah, I can tell you that right now. I can tell you what GeForce Now is doing better. I can tell you what Nintendo's doing better. You see a pattern here? I can see what Sony's doing better. What is Google doing better? They're doing better at getting rid of their studios. That's for one. Yeah, that's a sure thing right there. Okay, what are they doing better? Yeah. Oh no! I can't get off. Hey, homeboy killed me. They had the first mover advantage. They were fucking, yeah, as far as tech, they were way above their competitors. Yeah, now not so much. Yeah, I mean, they're still a little bit better, but it's not so much better that it makes up for the negatives, guys. And what about all that fancy YouTube integration and all that stuff? Barely any games support it. What about stay share and all that? Barely any games support it. All that stuff they hinted at in GDC, barely any of their games support it. And why? Why? What about that fancy thing they were talking about doing where you could watch an ad on YouTube and then click the button and get right to the game? How many games do you see using that? What about that fancy thing they were talking about where you press a button on your controller when you're stuck? Remember that? You're stuck in a game, and then you press the button, and then a video will pop up, tell you how to get out of it. What happened to that? Where's it at? And we're not even talking about buying studios at this point. These are things that they said that they can do unique to them, and they said they were gonna do them, and they're almost non-existent. Crowd play. Oh man, I was really loving crowd play. That's what really sold me. How many games use crowd play? Oh yeah, you probably got what, like a handful, right? Every multiplayer game that they have on Stadia should use crowd play, and it doesn't. Why? Why doesn't it? Why wasn't that a priority? Because buying studios isn't a priority. Why isn't all these other features a priority? Look, man, look, I'm gonna pull back a little bit. I'm not trying to piss you off if you like Stadia, because there might be something unique about Stadia. You might have a unique circumstance to where Stadia is good or damn near perfect for you. So enjoy it. I even said before, I'm not done buying games on Stadia. If a game comes out day and date and I really want to play it, I might buy it on Stadia, but I'm doing so with full knowledge that the future for Stadia does not look that bright. It just doesn't. And if it does look bright, tell me what's bright about it. Because I don't see anything bright about it. I've been here. I've been one of the biggest supporters since day one, guys. Haha, you suck. You suck. You can't get me. You can't get me. Nah, 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 boo, boo. Speaking of which, hey, where my founders at? Plenty of Stadia founders. And what did we get for being founders? Jack shit. They didn't even do anything special for us. Like, what the hell, man? What, you get like a rare controller or some shit? Okay, cool, right? But we were hoping for more than that. Let me ask you another question. Whenever Stadia is rolling out new features, remember when they first rolled out crowd play and all that other shit? They could have made that a founder thing. They could have gave it to the founders first instead of some random ass YouTubers that didn't even know shit about Stadia, didn't even care about Stadia. Why not give it to your Stadia founder content creators, such as yourself? I'm not the only one, of course. That was an option. Really, man, talking about fucking pissing in your face and calling it rain. It's time to let go. It's time to tone down the hopium. Maybe in a couple years, 3, 4, 5 years, something drastic will happen. Maybe a new console generation will come around. Maybe Stadia will finally get the 8K 120 FPS streaming that they're talking about. And maybe around that time, something will happen. But the trajectory that they're on right now, I just don't understand why. And these are all self-inflicted wounds, guys. All right, now that all that is said, I know there's gonna be some haters that wanna leave some comments, so go ahead and do it down below. Really, anybody, I wanna hear what you have to say. Both supporters, both haters, feel free. Go ahead and flame me, hate me, be mad, because I know it's going to happen anyway. Go ahead and send me the death threats, because you know what? To me, that stuff is nothing new. I never tried to do this to try to suck up the people or to try to tell people what they wanted to hear. I always do what I wanna do, when I wanna do it. If I deserve to be made fun of for it, then let me have it. That's all it is. Now that that's out of the way, I wanted to say that I know a lot of you guys know me as a Stadia content creator. That's how you found me. That's how you found my channel. But I've been doing YouTube and live streams well before Stadia, and I'll be doing it well after Stadia. So what's going to happen for the future of my channel? Oh yeah, my channel does have a future. Remember, I told you, I'm here now. I'm back. I might still do some Stadia streams. I mean, I don't hate the platform. It's just another platform I use. I am let down by Google, but I do own games on it, so we'll play some games on it. But I do have a solid idea for a future. Google did let me down. They did not create the place for people to join and watch games and all that other bullshit they were talking about that I thought they would. I'm gonna take that upon myself to build something. I can't really say exactly what it is just yet, but I want to take my channel in a direction to where I can deliver on what Google didn't. Some people might know what that means, some people don't, but soon, more will be clear. Anyhow, I'm your boy Twiz. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Laters, y'all.
Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
Sure.
Ah, my thanks, great champion.
So, do I gotta take my pants off or what?